I hope the screen is visible. The text, The Value of Science, Richard Feynman.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So here you find how Richard Feynman defines his perception and value of science. So it's in first person, he's talking about the science. When I was younger, I thought science would make good things for everybody. It was obviously useful, it was good. During the war, I worked on the atomic bomb. This result of science was obviously a very serious matter. It represented the destruction of people. So this is very much important. Why even science students or students across streams should know about literature, should know about humanities. See, if you are very intelligent, or if any individual is very intelligent, and if he or she involves in some destructive activities, it's of no use to humanity. That is why humanities, literature is introduced at every stages of at the individual's learning, because any individual for that matter should develop a humanistic perspective towards society, towards the world, towards other human beings. They simply can't say, I will use science and create atomic bombs, nuclear weapons, which are destructive for humanity. So that is why he says, initially, Richard Feynman thought that science is only for the good and not for something bad. But later, as he was involved in the creation of atomic bombs, he realized to what extent it is destructive. After the war, I was very worried about the bomb. I did not know what the future was going to look like. And I certainly wasn't anywhere near sure that we would last until now. Therefore, one question was, is there some evil involved in science? So he involves a pure question related to science. Is science only for the good, or even the evil is involved? The same question applies to nuclear weapons also. If the nuclear weapon is with the, let's say, established country or the government, then it is good. But if it is in the hands of the terrorists, what are you going to do? It will kill many people. That is why he questions, is there any evil involved in science? Put another way, what is the value of science I had dedicated myself to? The thing I loved. When I saw what terrible things it could do, it was a question I had to answer. The value of science is a kind of report, if you will, on many of the thoughts that came to me when I tried to answer that question. So this is what Richard Feynman say. So here he is finding out the value of science. Does science include only good things, or it includes, or does it have inherent evil nature in it? It's like a knife or a fire. You use the fire to light it or to burn somebody. The same thing with the knife. You can use the knife to cut something for useful purpose or to kill somebody. From time to time, people suggest to me that scientists ought to give more consideration to social problems, especially that they should be more responsible in considering the impact of science on society. Okay, this is a very old dilemma that human beings have, not only with the arts, but also with science. In arts also, there is a concept called as arts for art's sake, or arts for society's sake. Means what? If you're going to write or draw any painting, should you just take into consideration the artistic value or artistic purpose, or should you take into consideration the social perspective also? Marxists say that you should have the socialist perspective. See, recently we had the best example is that of M.F. Hussein. Okay, he painted something which enraged people of other community. Then he said, I am writing art for art's sake. I am an artist and I have the artistic liberty, artistic freedom to paint, to picture whatever I want. His criticism, those who opposed him said, you are part of the society, you should be responsible to the emotions of the other people. Okay, this dilemma we have since a time immemorial, and it continues to have. The same thing applies to science also. Should science only deal with the scientific endeavor, or should it also take society into consideration? The best example is that of the atomic bombing in which he was involved. So can you say, as a part of science, I'm just going to create atomic bombs and even more powerful bombs? The next question will be, how it is going to be detrimental to society?